Okay, in this question, I thought this would be like the ones in the previous exercise where we had to solve for n, but I think it's a little bit different to that. So hopefully what you can see is that you can write these as two numbers or as a fraction to the power of 3. So we'll come back to that in a few minutes. Now, there might be different ways of doing this, but the way I do it will be to take this 27, multiply both sides by 27, so that we end up with 27n to the power of 3 over 4 just equals 8. Now, like what I was saying, hopefully you realise that 27 is something to the power of 3 and 8 is something to the power of 3. Hopefully you realise that they are 3. So here we'll have 3 to the power of 3, n to the power of 3 over 4, and that equals 2 to the power of 3. Now, what we're doing here on the left is we're multiplying two numbers and they've got some powers. What we can do, we can take a power out as a common factor, and that power is going to be 3. So that means that we'll have 3 to the power of 1, or just 3, n to the power of 1 over 4, and that still equals 2. And then what we end up doing with that is we'll put some brackets around there, and we'll say that's all to the power of 3, and that equals 2 to the power of 3. So what we've got there is this. Now, if we were to do the fourth law, then this would become 1 times 3 to make 3, 1/4 times 3 to make 3/4. So that's what ends up happening there. Now, what we can do with that is we can raise both sides to the power of a third. So we'll have 1 bracket, 3n, 1 to the power 1, to the power of 1 over 4. Close that and we'll make that 3. And then we've got 2 to the power of 3. But what we'll do to cancel that power of 3, we'll make that 1 over 3 and 1 over 3. So now, once again, according to the index law, if we're raising something to a power, we multiply these two. So once again, we're going to multiply that out. So what we're left with here is this will cancel with that. So we are left with 3n to the power of 1 over 4, because a third times 3 gives us 1, and then equals 2. So now from there, we'll write that again, 3n to the power of 1 over 4, equals 2. We're solving for n, so we're going to divide both sides by 3 to make this n to the power of 1 over 4 equals 2 over 3. And now, just like what we did back here, where we cancelled by putting the fraction power there, what we're going to do, we're going to multiply, we're going to raise this to the power of 4. So we'll say n to the power of 1 over 4, raise that to the power of 4, and we'll say, because we've done it to one side, we've got to do it to the other side, 2 over 3 to the power of 4. Now, when we, using that index law, when we raise a power to a power, we multiply those. So 1 over 4 times 4 just gives us 1. So we're going to have n to the power of 1, or just n. 2 to the power of 4 is 16. 3 to the power of 4 is 81. So that's what we end up with there. N equals 16 over 81.